My name is Nita Whitfield and I live in Cookeville, Tennessee. And I'm a Heifer Foundation donor. I have created gift annuities, endowments, gender equity endowments, as well as memorial endowments. I have a CRUT, which stands for the Charitable Remainder Unit Trust, and I have left heifer in my will. That was Black Mountain. And I was reared in northwest Tennessee and grew up on a farm. We moved there when I was about 4 years old. It was very impactful on the rest of my life until now because my father had his degree in agriculture, and so his whole career was in agriculture. And so we as a family would do all the farm work together. And then with his having a career in agriculture, we were very much in a sustainable, self-reliant lifestyle, which I wasn't even aware at the time that that's what was going on. I think once I left home and went out into the career world from college, that I recognized really how significant that had been in my life. Well, I've done a lot of local volunteering, but I really began my volunteering by going on a work-study tour to Honduras. Frankie Reynolds was the Southeastern Heifer International contact person, staff person, and so I went on a work-study tour back in 1995, and it was so insightful. I felt like I learned so much more than I gave, and I also had such an understanding of the organization of Heifer International and how they interact with the local grassroots communities, the organizations, and that whole relationship really did inspire me to get more involved with heifer. I created the Carrie and Robert G. Whitfield Memorial Endowment in their memory. My greatest inspiration there was to see how the communities were so appreciative of what was happening through their heifer gifts, the education that was coming from Heifer International, and also the way in which Heifer partners with universities, academics, but also with training local people. I love the grassroots approach. I really feel like that is one of the strongest parts of the organization. I created the Gender Equity Endowment because I have a real interest in equitable family obligations in the community, also the opportunities for women to take leadership, to be trained, and I feel like that we will have a lot of good happenings coming from the gender equity program, so I chose to have an endowment with them. In Honduras, I did notice that the women did most of the labor, they were also responsible for keeping the family unit going, but they were not the decision makers many times when it came to the organization of the projects. And that's one of the good things about gender equity. The training now is moving toward women having those responsibilities and being trained in them. There are several advantages to donating through the foundation that work for me. As a part of my financial management at this time in my life, I feel that I need the kinds of opportunities that the foundation provides. I like the tax management that comes with the instruments. I also like the values that I can pass on through what the gifts do for the world, through the interlinking of Heifer International and Heifer Foundation. I think the way in which the interdependence of the two organizations provides is very strong. Since I first began giving Heifer gifts, I have seen different reactions to my gifts through the way in which people react. When I first started giving the holiday gifts, I believe my family didn't know exactly how to accept that, but then after I started the annuities with family members, the gift annuities, there has been a real increase in interest among my nephews, and they in turn have discussed it with their children, and then I also have some annuities with some of then the great nieces and nephews. I think we have to teach people how to use what they have in their own resources. And I think it has to come from a grassroots approach like Heifer has designed it.